One of the perks of a cross-country trip is stopping for a meal and meeting the friendly folks who make up the heart and soul of our country. Hello, we're from the Northeast. Okay, then. We'll do 55 pancakes to go.
Trump! 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 Trump!
Welcome to the channel. Welcome. This is part 2. For those of you looking for part 1, I don't know what happened to part 1. YouTube is trying to say that I did something unethical. So I'm fighting that. So just in case you're looking for part 1, it should be coming back. But I'm going to do a real quick recap. On what is going on right now. But before we get, so right now, yes, I'm just going to get right into it right now. As far as Simp Police owes me $2,500. You know what I'm saying? Because he lost a bet. Because he says that it was 100%. I'm 100% lie. That there was no such thing as a Muslim ban, no such thing as an Islamic ban of any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to show and prove once again that is a total lie. But as of right now, I heard something interesting that happened today. But I set that whole Trump bird stuff up. Again, I don't care. I find it funny because it sounds just like Trump supporters and the Negroes that support their housemaster, the plantation, you know. So I'm gonna go to the type of people that these Republicans surround themselves with. Again, you're dealing with people that are not in touch with reality, and if they are in touch with reality, they deny that and they go forward knowing these horrible, demonstrable things that's happening, right? And they just tuck their head in the sand and act like, you know what, I'll wait for it to go away, while making up conspiracy theories and stretching the truth about the Democrats. The Democrats aren't doing anything tangible. They're not doing anything destructive. Well, by them taking any action on certain things, to be taking action on, to me, is being destructive, but it's just also cowardness at the same time. One good thing I heard that Joe Biden is doing, I need to make a video about that. One good thing that Joe Biden is doing right now is that he's trying to take marijuana off of Schedule 1 drugs, which that is very good. So, of course, the go-to thing with Joe Biden is that him and a couple other Democrats, as well as Republicans, there was a bipartisan agreement that they both signed, which was the crime bill, right? So one of those things was, what had to do with drugs. So this is the bare minimum that Joe Biden could do as far as not as taking marijuana off of Schedule 1 drugs, right? So that we know, if it criminalized everybody, but we know if it criminalized, let's say, the average white person at a 50% rate, it hurt black people even worse, probably like an 80% rate, so at least he's doing that, right? And I forgot to pull that article because I'm a show and prove type of person, but you guys could check that out. But obviously you have Republicans fighting that, right? Republicans are fighting that, and right now only places that marijuana is legal are Democratic states. Republican states are the only ones that want to keep marijuana illegal so they can keep criminalizing black people and keep locking people up for nonsense, as having weed on you or smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you got, even in certain states where Democratic states, you can only have a certain amount on you because, they don't want you have to have a license if you're selling it, but it's only red states that don't even want you smoking it. They don't want you to have an ounce of it. And that further criminalizes black people, but Republicans are not going to tell you that. Why would they tell you that? You know what I'm saying? They want to make it seem, ooh, Democrats are bad with everything that they do. Again, Republicans' job is to demonize other people and say they'll keep you safe while doing nothing for you, while doing nothing specifically for you. Oh, I'm going to pass this bill. I'm going to strike down this bill because those people are out to get you. That's all they're about. So right now, just give you an idea of who these people are. I'm going to, because I did give you guys a taste of it the last time, but like I said, until that video gets back up, I'm gonna keep sharing it again because I'm not gonna let the haters win. I'm not gonna let the haters win because I'm pretty sure if it's someone that flagged my joint, it must have been obviously a hater, because if I'm telling the truth of the matter, you just let it rock. If I'm not telling the truth of the matter, you just let it rock because it's not the truth. But they get in their feelings, they gotta flag my page because I'm telling the truth. So we ain't gonna stop. So here are some more Trump birds.
Hank, where does he rank in terms of other presidents?
He's number one.
Ahead of Franklin Roosevelt, who won World.
You heard that? She said he's number one. Somebody else said number one. Let's hear that again. Come on.
Where does he rank in terms of other presidents?
He's number one.
Ahead of Franklin Roosevelt, who won World War II, ahead of Abe Lincoln, who won the Civil War and freed the slaves.
Number one.
He ranks up on the top. Right now, he's number one.
I think he was the best. And I think Biden is the worst.
Trump was better than Franklin Roosevelt, who won World.
I think you need to stop smoking them Virginia Slims.
World War II, better than Abraham Lincoln, who won the Civil War and kept the country together and freed the slaves.
That was all great and good, but this is now, and we're going through different times. We're going through a different war.
For me, it's about fighting for the 2020 election. We know it was stolen. You know it was stolen.
How do you know?
I know because I've researched.
How do you know? What research?
My own research.
My own research. Again, like I told you guys on the other one, if you caught it, that all they are full of conspiracies, and the conspiracies never leads to someone, to a people or a person that you can actually track and hold accountable. It's always this mysterious, ambiguous entities that's doing it that they don't know anything about, and they always give you a non-answer. How you know? Because I know. Okay, how do you know? My research. Where you get the research from? Don't worry, I know.
The New York investigation that accused Donald Trump of overinflating his assets in order to get loans. What's that all about?
Okay.
Exactly, because Donald Trump has been bankrupt 6 times. So no credible business or bank will lend him money, because Donald Trump, again, y'all can look this up, he's been bankrupt 6 times. He doesn't pay his workers, right? So when he's a real estate developer, he doesn't pay the contractors, right? And that's why people say he got money from the Russians. They say Don Jr. was oh my gosh, I forgot who he was playing with, but again, y'all can look this up. Don Jr. was playing golf with, I forgot who the person was, and he was like, hey, how did Trump get all this money to keep doing all these further business deals? He's like, oh, we got money from the Russians. So that's why he kisses Vladimir Putin's ass all the time. So, but yes, Trump is a horrible businessman. I mean, and he's a grifter, because you got Trump University, which is a non-university, right? And he had to give the money back to people who did Trump University because it was a fraud university, and he had to get the money back. He did another, what was that thing called for when the election was stolen? He did Save America Fund or something like that. Was supposed to go to litigation for him to fight to fight the fraud, even though we know it's not fraud because every court struck him down as far as like because he had no evidence to prove it, to the point where Rudy Giuliani got disbarred for lying, right? So these are court appointed judges. Some of these judges that he appointed. So there's no conspiracy at all. So yeah, Donald Trump is a horrible businessman.
I'm not here to let you demoralize my president, okay? Because Joe Biden
Demoralized. He had sex with porn stars while his wife was pregnant with Barron, right? He tells women to grab women by the pussy, right? He walks in on children pageants, like 13, 14-year-olds trying to see them naked. He messes with Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein, which is the biggest groomer in the country. Jeffrey Epstein's groomer that went to jail. He said he wishes her well. There's no way this guy is moral. Donald Trump demoralizes himself.
will never be my president. He's a fake president with a fake inauguration that was not even at the White House. Joe Biden is a fraud.
I would say this is a between good and evil. There are good people in this world, and there are people in this world that
look at her buttons. Look at her buttons. Like, you remember the lady that had the shirt that said "Trump grab me by the pussy"? I won't be surprised if she has that mind frame. Unfortunately, like, what she's a fanatic. As I mean, you can also hear it too.
Do things for themselves, and so that's the war that we're at. And for me, that's why I'm here.
So the Republicans who have testified in front of Congress, like the Georgia Secretary of State, who said that no, the election was not stolen in Georgia.
Those would be the evil people.
Well, the shirt says it all right there.
Those would be the evil people. So the evil people are people of our own party. The evil people are people of our own party because even when they did the recount in Georgia, Biden won by a couple hundred more when they initially counted. Everyone knows that the counting of the ballots is a bipartisan thing. They know that everyone is there out in the open where everyone could see it, right? It's over 52 courts where Giuliani and the rest of the Trump goons was supposed to present evidence. It was struck down in every court because it was insufficient.
Dude, and here's the thing. As much as we say F Biden, it's the real, he's a front face for the WEF.
See that flag right there? So all the Trump goons and all the Trump coon goons that say that, I don't know why they keep lying. Just say Trump is racist and be done with it. See this blue line? See this flag right here? With the blue line right here? They have all that stuff there. I'm just waiting to see a Confederate flag. This is a middle finger to Black Lives Matter, the mantra. Not the organization. I don't care about the organization. It's the mantra. There was a mantra first before it was an organization. So this is a middle finger to Black Lives saying that your life doesn't matter. Telling you Trump coon goons that your Black life does not matter. A police officer lives matter only in the case when a police officer is mistreating you and killing you. But January 6th, that goes out the window. They could kill cops. If you look on my channel about the January 6th hearing, we had a bunch of insurrectionists was attacking one of the Capitol Police there, and they called him nigger and all types of other stuff. Other Black Capitol riot officer was saying the same thing. These are Trump people, and these Republican Sambos want you to come to the Republican Party. And again, I'm not saying the Democratic Party is void of racists, but there's no Democratic version of this right here. There's no one going around in the Democratic Party or people in the Democratic Party going to rallies having signs, symbols of saying F Black people. There's no Democratic equivalent to it. So So you have a so-called black person look at two parties where one, yeah, they say something, they don't do it, and the racism is mild and tricky, and you can hold them accountable to it. Or you have the party that's blatantly racist, tells you F you and N-word and all this in every way possible, but that's the one you're gonna go to. That's the one you're gonna get power. You just want to be the only Negro in the neighborhood. Talk about I'm the only Negro in my neighborhood. You ain't nothing but a house nigga. I'm the only black person at my job. I'm the only black person over here. You ain't nothing but a house nigga. That's what Malcolm X said. Y'all just want to be the pet Negro.
He's being controlled. He doesn't even know he's being controlled.
Who's the WEF?
World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, George Soros.
The bum we have in there now.
It's always Soros. All these Republicans always blame George Soros, which is pretty much an anti-Semitic trope that they do all the time. That the Jews rule all these things and rule all this other stuff. Like the Jews are like this majority that has all the power, when we know the powerful, the elite is made up of many people. Like no one. Why didn't they ever mention Richard Brand? Richard Brand has a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Why don't they ever mention Elon Musk? Why don't they ever mention like other people, but always Soros? They always have to put someone Jewish in there. Like these again, these people are QAnon, Breitbart conspiracy theorists.
Now, he's done nothing. We need Trump back. Look at the shape of our country. I mean, look at everything that he's done so far.
He killed that Al-Qaeda leader a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, but so what?
Our economy is going down into
the America first. Joe Biden killed the Al-Qaeda leader, whatever. So what? So now that's what it is. It's they're opportunistic politically. When Joe Biden does something bad or doesn't do anything bad, Joe Biden does something good, it's still bad. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna say something bad about Joe Biden taking marijuana off a Schedule 1 drug, right? They getting on Joe Biden for student debt relief. Anything is for the people, right? They have to demonize it, right? And those are social programs, right? Those are social programs that helps. And anyway, let's let the comedy show continue. This is just
the dumps.
I thought they were a record number of jobs that they created.
I don't know where. I'm a business owner. I can't find anybody to work that don't want it. I mean,
you can't find anybody to work for you. Could it be because there's so many job opportunities that are out there?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know the reason. You know, it's kind of weird and now post.
Is it possible that so many people have jobs, there's fewer people looking for jobs, and that's why it's harder for you and others to hire people?
Maybe, but see, we didn't have problems before.
It's a problem that you got fewer.
We didn't have problems before. What are you talking about? You sound stupid.
For people that you can hire.
Right.
It's a problem that there are fewer people who are unemployed.
Right. It could be.
I watch Fox News.
I should, but you believe everything that Fox says?
Not really. Sometimes I hear stuff and it don't make no sense, but most of the time they're better than the other channels. I like OAN and Newsmax.
OAN is more right wing than Fox and Newsmax. There are more. They're not even mainstream. There are just strictly cable network, not cable. They're just right wing online news channels. That's it. They're further right than Fox News.
Watch Newsmax.
Yeah, I support Donald Trump because he's the greatest president in American history.
Better than Lincoln?
Better than any of them. You know why?
Better than Franklin Roosevelt, who won World War II?
And I heard all the questions you asked the last lady. I'll tell you why. Because they didn't have.
See the flag out there with the AR-15s? Look, I'm pro gun, but the caliber of the gun. You know what I'm saying? When the founding fathers were making, I'm not going to get into that and sidebar that. But yeah, these people are pro gun to the point where they support Alex Jones. And man, people are just disgusting.
The flaming arrows thrown at him that Donald Trump did in his presidency. They didn't have all that thrown at him. They didn't have
Franklin Roosevelt had the Depression thrown at him.
They didn't have one side of the country throwing everything they possibly can at him, and he still kept every promise he ever made to the American people.
What does Blue Lives Matter mean?
I'm gonna get to the Blue Lives Matter when he asked her that. Let's remember that. But he said Donald Trump kept every promise he ever made. That's a lie. He didn't drain the swamp. He filled the swamp with a bunch of capitalists. You know what I'm saying? He said he was going to build the wall and make Mexico pay for it. Mexico said, "F you," they're not paying for nothing, and he didn't build the wall completely. The only thing Trump did was give tax cuts for the rich. That's it. They almost started World War III and trashed the Iran deal and got us out of the Paris Climate Accord. He obviously done more damage than he has done good. But if you're rich or you're a silly Negro that think you're going to be rich one day, then you get that tax cut, then you may see it different. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a type of person that if you're dollars over dignity, then yes, this will make no sense for you because you got no dignity or honor.
The police that protect us, they should matter.
What about on January 6th?
That was Pelosi did that. Pelosi and the FBI did that, and everybody knows it.
Pelosi and the FBI did that.
I think the Virginia Slims is affecting her brain because police matters and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, when we obviously know, y'all seen pictures of January 6th, and it said Trump. But now the FBI and Pelosi did it. Okay. These are the type of people that we're dealing with here, right? These are the Republicans that these House Negro Republicans, these are the circles that they want to be in.
They carried out January the 6th. Why? Why would they do that?
Because they wanted to get Trump.
They wanted Donald Trump to look bad?
Yeah. Yep, they did.
But Donald Trump was on his way out of office. He was.
They knew that he was coming back to finish fixing America.
Where does Donald Trump rank among the presidents?
Oh, yeah, that's not even a question. Yeah, that's not even a question. He's done more for our country than any other president other than JFK.
Franklin Roosevelt got us out of the Depression, presided over victory in World War II in Europe and Japan. Donald Trump better than Franklin Roosevelt?
Way better. Way bigger balls. Way bigger balls.
Donald Trump has bigger balls than Franklin Roosevelt.
Absolutely.
Bigger than Harry Truman, who dropped an atomic bomb.
Yeah. You'll find out.
Why? What's the proof? Give me a clue. Why has Donald Trump got bigger balls? What is it about him that made him greater than all these other presidents?
You know what? Do the work. You'll find out. 174.
174. What does that mean?
Gematria, God's language.
What is gematria? Can someone tell me what that is? They keep. Is this a code word for something? They keep saying the gematria, and as far as I know, it's just software. Like someone has to fill me in what that means. That sounds crazy. So in other news, right here, we found out since Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, the N-word use on Twitter rises by 500% after Elon Musk. Right? That's Yahoo News for those you see. You just look at CNN, MSNBC. Forbes says the same thing. Elon Musk's Twitter takes over leads to N-word and hate. Right? Because Elon Musk is a Republican. Right? So, a Republican owns this particular form or platform. We could be our own Republican selves, which is blatantly racist. Again, can y'all please show me the Democratic version of this, please? Show me where someone from the Democratic Party invests in a newspaper or a public forum or anything like that, and racist, anti-Semitic hate groups starts Democratic left-wing Semitic hate groups, if that's a thing. I don't even know what that is, because Antifa, you're gonna say Antifa. Antifa is anti-fascist. Trump is pro-fascist, right? Black Lives Matter, again, not fascist. They may be thieves, but it's not fascist, right? Thieves like anyone that comes into money. Anyway, right? So Forbes is saying this, right? Rich people, right? Business Insider saying the same thing, right? They're all saying the same. So by here, for retardlicans, this is how you get a consensus of what's going on. And you do this thing called read. Oh my gosh, you click into the article and you actually read it to see what it says, and other articles to see what the consensus is, to see if everyone is coming up with the same common denominator. That's how you do it. You just don't go, Trump, 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 but Trump and Trump and Trump. You don't do that. But that's what y'all do, because you know what? It takes a little bit of brain power. It takes a little bit of research, all the things that you guys are lacking and don't have. It takes significant research. Sometimes not even that long. You take, like a 5-minute read, 10-minute read of the article, whatever, 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, 3 minutes there. And you're like, okay, I'm a kind of abreast of what's going on. But when you're a Republican,
one of the perks of a cross-country trip is stopping for a meal and meeting the friendly folks who make up the heart and soul of our country. Hello, we're from the Northeast. Okay, then. We'll do 55 pancakes to go.
Trump! 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 Trump!
That's what happens when you're a Trump supporter. Trump, 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 just like at that rally. Right? So the N-word goes up by 500% because Elon Musk has bought Twitter, right? And why? Because he's a right-winger. It's not. It's very simple if anyone is honest and admits to what's going on. So I just wanted to give you guys that as another reason as to why the Republican Party is overtly racist. And Republicans that try, Negro Republicans, Republicans that say that it's even. Why? What is the Democratic version of this? Because they're gonna say, oh, that's not a thing. Oh, that doesn't matter. They're gonna come up with some excuse because they're the buffer in between racists, because they're useful idiots. They're useful racist props. You know what I'm saying? Most of these Republicans, when you meet them, you ever have a racist white person says something just abysmally racist and stuff like that, and to prove that they're not racist, like, well, I got a black friend. The Republicans is that black friend. The Republicans are that black friend. You know what I'm saying? It would be some washed down so-called Negropean that's black. Yeah, he's phenotypically black, but mentally, socially, and them as a person of having pride of themselves as a black person, they don't have that. They lack all those attributes of an honorable, respectful, self-loving black person. So they're that black friend, right? I see Republicans as the racist black friend. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got a black friend. So right now we're back here, and before I play this, because like I told you, Hustle Smart Simp Police owes me money already, because I have proven to him that he is wrong, that Trump did do a Muslim ban. Right? And he said I was 100% wrong. I was 100% wrong, and he would pay me $2,500 if anyone can prove that Trump actually did a Muslim ban. So I did that already. I already did that. I already did that. So I'm going to show the video here. And like I said before, the video you're going to see over there was the one I posted that video. And I thought I posted this video, and it was the wrong video. That one was the one on the campaign trail. I was trying to show the one that he put into law. So I'm going to share it right now. Man, it's not doing it. Not doing it. Hold on, y'all. It's supposed to do it. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, come on. It's supposed to be there. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Sharing it right now. Come on, come on, come on.
I'm establishing new vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. We don't want.
You heard that? Islamic terrorists. Let's play it again.
I'm establishing new vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists.
You hear that? New vetting measures to keep out Islamic terrorists. Continue, dump Trump.
Out of the United States of America. We don't want them here.
We don't want them here.
We want to ensure that we are not admitting.
What Trump said? He said he doesn't want them here. Let's play it again, because Republicans, they got hard heads, hard ears. They got orange cheesy poofs in their head. In their ears. I don't know.
Radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. We don't want them here. We want to ensure that we are not admitting into our country the very threats our soldiers are fighting overseas.
We want to make sure that our soldiers we don't have to deal with the threats that our soldiers is fighting overseas. So he's saying Islamic. I know Republicans is slow. Y'all not that very educated. Islamic is Muslim. Just like Christians means Christianity. Christianity means Christians. You can't say that he's talking about Christianity, but he doesn't mean Christians. You can't say he's talking about Islamic people. He's not talking about Muslims. It's very simple. It's very simple. So let the orange chief in charge talk. Let him tell you again, coming from his mouth. Mike Pence, his VP. You can't say that this is not official. President seal right there. But y'all might just concentrate that it's on CNN coming out of his mouth, though.
Are fighting overseas. We only want to admit those into our country who will support our country and love deeply our people. And this is those into our country who will support. I'm establishing new vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out. I'm establishing new vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. New vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. Establishing new vetting measures to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of the United States of America. We don't want them here. We want to ensure that we are not admitting into our country the very threats our soldiers are fighting overseas. We only want to admit those into our country who will support our country and love deeply our people. And this
President Seals right there. That's Mike Pence.
Admit those into our country who will support our country and love deeply our people.
Mike Pence is right there. He's the president, and that's the president's seal and everything. This is while he was president.
And this is the protection of the nation from foreign terrorist entry into the United States. We all know what that means. The protection of the nation from foreign terrorist entry.
Terrorist foreign entry. So he equates Islamic, he even said in the beginning, Islamic terrorists. He even doubles down and says terrorist entry from those countries. So all those countries he considered that are Islamic are terrorists. He said Islamic. He didn't say just terrorists, right? He said Islamic. So it's a religious ban. It's a Muslim ban.
Into the United States. We all know what that means.
We all know what that means.
Protection of the nation from foreign terrorist entry into the United States. We all know what that means.
We all know what that means. Keep them saying N-words out of here. That's what that means. That's what Republicans and racists call all Arab people. Like most of the Arab people that I know are the most kindest, cool people there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I don't know all of them obviously, but the ones I bumped into, the ones that I talked to, very warm, very welcoming people, right? So to say that the fact that you're a Muslim, say things and equate that with terrorism, again, it's Republicans, fear mongering. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. Only I can protect you. Only I can protect you. Why they steal from you? Why they give Donald Trump give the upper echelon of society tax breaks, and the middle class and the lower class and working class gets nothing.
Protection of the nation from foreign terrorist entry into the United States. That's big stuff.
And he's signing it. So that's how we know it's official that he has the power.
This isn't specifically singling out people with extremist ties and banning those individuals from coming into the country. This is a blanket ban, at least temporary, of all individuals from specific countries. And we should point out, Islamic terrorism is, of course, an extreme problem in many of these countries, but Muslims happen to be the biggest victims of that Islamic terrorism in these countries as well.
That is true, right? It's Islamic extremists. It's not just Islam, right? So if Islamic extremists are in these countries, the people that have to deal with them head on first will be the people bordering that nation. Just like over here, right-wing white supremacists is an American problem, right? They're the ones that are committing all the violent crimes. They're attacking the FBI. They're attacking police. They're trying to blow up the White House because they don't like the fact that Joe Biden is the president. They're trying to I just saw an article today, something about they were trying to attack Nancy Pelosi January 6th. They were trying to get to Nancy Pelosi and kill Mike Pence. They had gallows and a noose for Mike Pence to hang Mike Pence. All this the white dude here in Buffalo that started killing black people in the grocery store. There's no democratic version of political violence. There's not. So there's just not. All political violence right now in the United States are motivated by right wingers, by violent right wingers. And I think you got these Negroes here. They're so scared, shitless, that is like, oh, let me go to where people are committing the violence. At least I'll be with Master. He knows I was with him all along, and he won't come gets me. I ain't with them niggas over there. I'm with you right here, Master. Yeah, them niggas ain't no good. You go get them. I think that's all it is. They're just a bunch of freaking cowards, black Republicans, a bunch of cowards.
No question. I mean, we'll list the countries that are covered under this executive order: Iran, Iraq, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, Libya, and Sudan. Some of those state sponsors of
And some of those are African countries. He said Sudan and Somalia. Those are African countries, right? But Trump called it shithole countries, and since these Negroes are self-loathing and self-hating, who cares? They are a shithole country. Yeah. That's it. That's me and my pro-blackness. That's me and my Pan-Africanists. These are fake Pan-Africans. They're fake. They're absolutely fake. Someone's gonna call a place where you love a shithole country instead of you pushing back like, hey, they have some work to do, but that's my country. And someone that's supposed to be at least knowledgeable knows, like, hey, due to the history with Arabs and colonialism and Western powers, that's why my country is like that. My country is not like that because it's under its own devices. No. But again, Republican coon goons.
That's why they're on the list. That's their governments. The people, though, I mean, in effect, there's a presumption of guilt here, right, by this. And I should note, the president said as he signed this order.
Exactly. It's presumption of guilt. You're a Muslim, so you're a terrorist. So that's not a vetting process. Trump said a vetting process. That's not a vetting process. That's a very lazy vetting process. If you have, if a small amount of people so happen to be bad apples, like white racists like to say about the police, oh no, just a couple bad apples, right? How was saying all police bad? It's like saying, well, okay, that was bad, but not all cops are bad. All right, then. So not all cops are bad. Why I'm going to punish all cops? Right? It makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. Get out of that. Yeah, it absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. So there's my proof that I've shown you guys that Simp Police owes me money, because that's the video I was meaning to show and not the other video that I was meaning to show right there. So, I was offline and I couldn't really, because I had to go offline for me to get that video. So I wasn't online then. So right now I'm going to show you the video where, when I was offline and Diane was showing it, and some chick tried to take credit for showing that video, but she really didn't after it was the wrong video. So I guess it worked out. I don't know. But I'm gonna, before I get into that, right, since we're talking about because like I said, my first video was taken down due to the haters. Hopefully it will get back up. It was on some BS. So right now we're talking about Diane's before earlier talking about, it wasn't a Muslim ban. It wasn't a Muslim ban. So right here, real quick, we have National Immigration Law Center telling you understanding Trump's Muslim ban, which he said it was a Muslim ban. They want to play worse semantics and say, well, he didn't say Muslim ban, but we know he said Islamic. Again, Islamic and Muslim is the same thing. They're not two entirely different things. It's not like you say Islamic, but he did a Buddhist ban. No, that's so anyway. So real quick, you see right here, like I said, National Immigration Law Center, understanding Trump's Muslim bans, right? Which is the right term for it. He could say, well, this is just a travel ban. Yes, but you reiterated during the speech as you were signing it that as a Muslim ban, you said that over and over again, and you targeted Muslim countries. Muslim ban. The Muslim bans are a series of discriminatory executive orders and proclamations issued by the Trump administration. President Trump signed the first version, Muslim Ban 1.0, on January 27, 2017. Plus, Simp Police was saying it had to do, that was around when when COVID happened. COVID happened when? Late 2019. CDC. Oh my God, Fauci. Head explosion. No one didn't. CDC was all good until Trump said the CDC isn't good. Y'all a bunch of beta bitches. And a bunch of uneducated ones at that. Because everyone knows the people that run the CDC are accredited doctors and physicians. But anyway, he was going to say that, right? So late 2019, CDC website. That's what it is. You have it right here, CDC Museum COVID timeline, right? If you want to know where on the website it says that, right? Late 2019, December 12, 2019, cluster of patients in China's Hubei province in the Wuhan province begin to experience the symptoms and analytical pneumonia like illness. See, so all this is what it is, right? That's the timeline of what happened. So what he's talking about, what is Simp Police talking about? This happened in 2017. Like, what? Anyway, became effective that day. Within a day, thousands of concerned people across the U.S. rushed for airports and protest. Significant portions of the ban, as well as later versions of it, was immediately blocked by federal courts. And I also said it was blocked by federal courts because it was considered unconstitutional. And they're saying the same thing here. I have another article that also says the same thing. You get the gist of it. You guys look it up right here because I got other things to get to. I'm just trying to recap real quick. But that's the gist of it here. The other article I have here, the executive order that was being talking about, executive order, you see right here, 13769, right? What is that? Executive order 13769 title, Protecting the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry into the United States, labeled the Muslim ban by critics, or commonly referred to as Trump travel ban, was an executive order by the U.S. President Donald Trump, except from the extent to which it was blocked by various courts. Again, blocked by various courts. It was in effect from January 27, 2017, like the other one said, until March 6, 2017. So it was blocked. So when they say, because Biden took it down because Trump did it, they're lying or they're idiots. But I say it's a combination of both, right? They don't know what the hell they're talking about, right? And you guys can look this up, right? You have the executive order. I did my due diligence as far as looking up the information. This coincides with this, right? This is an official website, right? National Immigration Law Center, right? It coincides with this, right? And they're saying the same thing. When it was suspended by executive order, so you have an executive order where this one was suspended, which is Executive Order 13780, a second order sharing the title Protecting the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry into the United States. So you guys have this right here. So now that we're equipped with the truth, same thing, right? So it's CNN, NBC. You get your talking point from there. Right here is the clip, picture of the clip of what I was showing you as Trump signing it. Right there. President seal, everything is right there. Pay what you owe. Pay what you owe. You don't have to even pay me right now. You know what's going to be so sweet right now? Saying that you were just simply wrong. Saying that you were simply wrong. Do I need 2,500? Not really. It'll be nice. I got bills to pay and things I got to do. Yeah. But it'll be even sweeter if you just said I was wrong. That, to me, I'd rather have that. So if you're listening to me, bro, if you're listening to this right now, just admit to that and we good. We square. But if not, you know, kind of man. You said I'll give you this. You showed Diners how much, you know what I'm saying, you had in your bank account and all that other stuff. What's the significance of that if you're not going to pay what you owe? You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. So let's get into it right now. So this is the video that I posted, right? That like I said, that I posted by accident. I didn't mean to post this video. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to post this video, but I'm gonna let it play, go through the commentary. I kind of backtrack a little bit to let you know what happened previously, because I don't know if they'll give me that part back, but I got this one and I'm just gonna let it play.
Hold on. Let Miriam respond to pass it to you, T. Go ahead, Miriam. What's your response, Miriam?
Dermatologists don't do walk-ins.
Sorry about that.
With hours that work for you.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, come on.
Miriam, you gotta unmute yourself.
I'm not taking any sides. I'm just listening and learning, and that's all.
Okay, but
Can I jump in here and say something?
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. We'll pass it to you after that. Miriam, do you think this evidence is enough for Simp to send you $1,000?
He really wants the money, but whatever he wants, I don't care.
I don't know why she's taking ownership of this video when she didn't post the video. Like, what you? Come on, sis. Come on. Have some honor, man. Be truthful, yo. Like, why are you trying to do that? Like, really, why are you trying to do that? Let's hear what they got to say, and I'm gonna move it along.
Okay, go ahead, T. Go ahead, T.
Hey, just in response to this,
Yeah, so I'm gonna
video with Donald Trump saying the Muslim ban. So what?
I'm gonna move this along because what they got to say don't mean nothing. We already know what the truth is, right? And let's go. Give me a moment here. Let it rock from here.
Is Negroes from LA to Timbuktu. Dr. King, Martin Luther King. He was the hero, bro. We shot up.
I don't remember that. I don't ever remember that.
Well, I'm telling you from 37.
Well, so we got Pan-Africanism strikes blacks talking. You know, we got Pan-Republicanism talking. So I like this back and forth. We got two self-hating Negroes. It's a coon fight. It's a coon fight, and I'm loving it because I'm a little bit on Kala's side on right now, but I just love a good old coon fight. So I'm gonna let this play.
I don't remember anybody having Martin Luther King shirt on. Kala, everyone lets you talk without interruption. Then you let you talk. Come on, dude, you can't get on here talking about fairness and say, oh, no, the thing that's going on with black people is exactly what just happened.
You don't rock with black people. You like your circle to have MAGA hats on. That's not the majority of black people. That's the sellout class of black people. So stop lying.
On this panel. And Hustle Smart, I'm going to throw you under the bus. Go ahead, throw me under the bus, dog. I got something to ask you about, too. Go ahead. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Put your knee back. Okay. That Hustle Smart issued a challenge, right? I did. I'll send $2,500 whoever produces a thing where Trump said he was trying to ban Muslims. Okay. The lady Miriam produced a video. I even tried to call Dinas like, nigga, listen.
You try to call Dinas like a little bitch because you couldn't overtalk and filibuster like you normally did. And Miriam didn't. Again, Miriam didn't provide that video. I provided that video.
If you let that lady talk, she's gonna produce a video that says exactly what Hustle Smart said he would pay for, right? I tried to.
So even Bucci Bear is saying that Hustle Smart owes me some money. So Bucci Bear says that, and you know he's cool and he's tight with Hustle Smart. I should be getting paid what I owe, or at least an admission that I was right and you were wrong.
Hold on for a second, Brandon. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on. Hold on for a second. That is not what I.
And I'm trying to talk saying that I showed two videos. That was one of the videos. I'm trying to talk, but again, Hustle Smart got like the loudest mic. He got to have a loud mic or something.
Finish. No, because I'm not saying that, but you're saying what you're saying is wrong. What we was talking about, what we was talking about in the beginning was the pandemic. See what I'm saying?
Lying. We weren't talking about the pandemic. You brought up the pandemic. We all saw and heard that video. You brought up the pandemic. I brought up about Muslim ban, and you conflate that with like COVID-19. When the Muslim ban happened in 2017, and COVID happened late in 2019. The two things are not relatable. Like, you don't know what you're talking about.
So what I'm saying is that what she showed a video of, which is fine. That was we on the campaign trail. Well, see, if you go back and listen to when all of us was talking, we was talking about doing the.
You heard me? I'm saying that was my video.
When the pandemic happened, we were talking about executive order. You get what I'm saying? So that's what we was on. Not that video. Yeah, I heard him say that on the campaign trail.
Okay, but listen to what I'm telling you though. I'm not saying you're wrong, you're right. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is it wasn't explicitly expressed that it was only from a certain point, which you can say we should have all understood that, and then that argument would just be debatable. But what I'm saying is this: something was said, I understood it a certain way. I think the majority of people understood it a certain way. Now, if you come back and say, "Yo, this is what I meant," fine. No. What I'm saying is that you clearly, I believe you.
Okay, again, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit.
Did I say that? You did. You did. But hold on, let me ask you a question though, bro. Let me ask you a question though. What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday, man? Was you tired or something? You let that dude talk all over you yesterday, bro?
No. The reason why I let that guy talk over me because he was proving my point. The guy was emotional. Like, say this.
Okay. I don't let that down. Go ahead, Sekou.
All right. Thank you very much, brother. Concerning the Muslim ban, definitely Trump signed an executive order. He didn't call it Muslim ban directly. He said terrorist countries that are suspected to be terrorist countries.
And he said Islamic. He didn't say Muslim. He said Islamic terrorist. So saying "cool" is correct. Your brother saying "cool," hit me up on my page, my where I'm at. Yeah, just hit me up. You see my Cash App. That's also my email address. Hit me up, brother. We need to talk.
Where Americans are not safe and they could come to the country and become sabotaged. So he's done. Nigeria was included. Yeah, I think so. So and
Nigeria wasn't included. Nigeria wasn't included. I think Nigeria was included later on. But when Nigeria was included, Nigeria is not just a Muslim. Okay, just like America is not a quote unquote Christian nation, because you can have any nation. The United States is supposed to be a republic, a democratic republic. It's not a theocracy. Most countries are theocracy. What a theocracy is basically on your philosophy, on your religious philosophy. You base your government based upon a religious philosophy. So those Arab countries, which be Muslim, will be Islamic, right? Certain African countries will also be Islamic. Are they all 100% Islamic? No, right? So he's going to talk about Nigeria. Nigeria has a lot of Muslims in it, and it also has a lot of Christians in it, right? But is there an Islamic terrorist organization in Nigeria? Yes, Boko Haram. So Republicans, again, they have a racist vetting process. So anyone that has a significant amount of Muslims in that country, you're just a Muslim country. Plus, you have Boko Haram. Oh, that's like 2 strikes too many. Muslim country.
Nigeria was included. Nigeria was included, and Nigeria is not an Islamic nation for those who don't know. And Muslims, yes, are almost 50%, and there's Boko Haram, but there's more Christian in Nigeria than many European countries. So it's good to put that out there. Now, this issue we are
It's not good to put that out there. I mean, for if you want to make a claim on if it's more Christian or Muslim, but the fact that there's so many Christians in a African nation just shows how we've been colonized spiritually. But
discussing here, it's better to reiterate so that people understand. We are saying that Black Americans always criticizing Biden and trying to give Trump a pass is a big mistake.
exactly. And they don't see that because they got their head so up far Donald Trump's ass. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Black men worshiping this white hope, right? Look, on the Democratic side, they got people on the Democratic side, they don't even want Biden to run, right? And if you include me in the Democratic Party, yes, fine. I'm also agree with that. I don't want Biden running again. Hell no. I don't want Biden running. And the Democratic Party is not imploding because there's a significant amount of Democrats that doesn't want Joe Biden to run, right? But you have a small, minute, significant portion of the Republican Party that don't want Trump to run. It's instant infighting. It implodes on itself, and everyone to the point they coined it "Never Trumpers." You was never with Trump. You're not deplorable and horrible like me. That's still sticking with Trump. You know, so that's why I said there's some Republicans, and all 100% of the Republicans that was testifying. I won't say 100%. I say like 98% of all the people who testified on January 6th were Trump supporters. Voted for Donald Trump twice. Was there during the whole insurrection, and their lives were also being threatened, right? And they were there for the whole thing. So those people are the so-called never Trumpers. Mike Pence, Donald Trump's right-hand man, is a never Trumper. You see the logic of these people? I showed you earlier about how detached from reality they are. Trump can do no wrong. That's why it's a cult. The Republican Party is now a cult. A significant part of the Republican Party is now a cult. And if you're not with Donald Trump, and you're part of the Republican Party, you have to keep your mouth shut, because if you criticize Donald Trump, they turn on you. This is what these Negroes want you to come into. They want you to come into this anarchy, chaos, lies, and conspiracies.
If we want to criticize white America like your ancestors did, take your stand and be a Black nationalist. But to come here and support Trump, a white nationalist, just because you want to escape and make your struggle to be against immigrants, that was not the struggle of the ancestors in America. It was not against immigrants. They were facing white America that was oppressing them. This is what I'm.
See, I'm clapping, saying amen, brother, because that's not the Black struggle. If you're going to be here in America, right, we all know that white nationalism was founded in this country, and that's what makes this country run. That's the powers that be. So when people come here, so when Chinese come here, they do Chinese nationalism here, right? Because they have to protect, they're here for the bag to get their interests, right? So they could solidify themselves as a group here and connect with China, right? Europeans do that. Indians do that. Everybody does that. No group, even if a group jump ship, Hispanics will jump ship. So let's say to the Democratic Party, whatever party that they do, they make sure that they're going to solidify their group, even though if they know that they're being used as a political pawn. All right, fine, I'll use a political pawn as long as you give me what I want for my people. That's why Hispanics is holding it down. No matter what party they're in, if you agree with it or not, they're going to be holding it down no matter what. Right? But they're Hispanic first, right? These niggas here, no.
Let me land. I'll finish in a few seconds. No, hold on.
You see again? See, he cannot talk. The moment he starts saying something that's truthful, they expose them as the weak alpha beta bitches, Trump coon goons that they are. He has to cut them off. They has to cut them off. If you're not towing the white supremacist line and the white supremacist narrative of what black people are, then no. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. We can't do hold white people accountable on the detriment of black people. We have to always demonize black people, saying how black people are just inherently just dysfunctional and all this other crap.
Sekou, this is the problem I have with people like you and Kofi. If I was on here, Sekou, I'm riding for Biden, y'all wouldn't have nothing to say.
And this is where this Negro is a liar. Because see, this is how the Republican mind thinks, or people like him think. They think like, I will defend Donald Trump and Herschel Walker no matter what. So if I say something bad about Biden and it's the truth, you would defend it. No, Negro. That's not how it works. I just told you there's people I'm not for Biden. He's for Trump 2024, despite all the garbage and the law breaking and just the disgusting things that Trump's been doing. He's for that. He voted for Herschel Walker, and he said himself he knows that Herschel Walker beats his wives. He knows that Herschel Walker puts a gun to their head saying they're going to blow their brains out. He knows that Herschel Walker pretends that he's a cop. He knows that Herschel Walker don't take care of his kids. He knows that Herschel Walker is against abortion, but when his girlfriend was pregnant, right, the same, I think he has a baby by this woman, but when she was pregnant, he had her get an abortion. He paid for it. He lied for it. Diners knows all of this, and he still wants to vote for Herschel Walker. So what he is doing is just simple projection. Because look, I know Trump says grab women by the pussy. I know Trump supports groomers of children. I know Trump like Matt Gaetz, for child trafficking. I know all that. So I would still defend Trump no matter how despicable or deplorable he is. So they will probably defend Biden because of how deplorable he is. No, it's not like that over here.
Exactly. Bullshit. Now, if I was saying,
And that's what I'm saying bullshit.
Ryan with Biden, Joe Biden, go Joe, y'all would have nothing to say. And that's the problem. Because, again.
And you see, he's not coming to me because I'm saying bullshit. He's going to go to Sanku because I think he thinks Sanku is a soft target. Me, I'm not like that. All these, how should I put it? Democratic tropes that they think a Democrat is, I'm not, and it's not working with me. So that's why he's not coming to me. I'm yelling out like bullshit. I'm proving you wrong. You deem me a Democrat, and I'm saying no, right? But you're not coming to me, right? You're gonna keep going to Sanku because you think Sanku is the easy mark. Nothing against my brother Sanku because I feel he's doing a good job of holding it down. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna come to me.
Whenever I bring up Trump, people have an issue. And then when I go to these other platforms of black folks or even people in the conscious community are rooting for Biden, I don't see nobody in there yelling at them, what you doing, what's going on, Biden, fuck Biden, none of that. Rarely see that. So Sekou,
hey, Giants, let me get in here for a second. Let me get in for a second. Hold on.
Go ahead, Sekou.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, there's a lot of noise. Okay,
go ahead.
You said if you were speaking positively about Biden.
I know, just because of your comments and the way you responded when I brought up Obama, I know for a fact if I was on here riding for Biden, y'all wouldn't have no problem with it.
Again, this is coming from Diane, someone who voted for Obama at least once. I think he did it twice, but at least once. I voted for Obama, and he wasn't even inaugurated yet, and I regretted my decision. I keep saying I need to make a video about that because a lot of people don't know what really happened until when Obama was nominated, and to the point where he was nominated for president, and then at his inauguration, some events happened, and he showed his ass, letting white people know that don't gotta worry about me. I'm fine. I'm gonna do the job. So A lot of people didn't know that, right? And so I already made up my mind. I said, you know what? Let me give him a term, right? Every turn, Obama failed. Every turn. When he shows like, whoa, okay. You know, maybe the black half is showing right now. And that white part just snatches up that black part and just snatches it up and like, nigga, you better shut up. Okay, let me get on my P's and Q's here. Okay, so, but he wants to criticize people about Obama. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. What about the fact that Zondo? What about that Zondo says, "Oh yeah, you guys have."
Go ahead, Sekou.
Yeah. So, oh my. Okay. I believe those who understand American foreign policy will never support this president or that president. Everyone knows that they all play by the book. The difference between Republican and Democrat is changing over the years. Certain time, Republicans support this policy. In another decade, they're going to change.
So let me ask you a question,
Let me ask you a question.
Shut the fuck up, Gala Genesis. What the hell?
Man. Go ahead, Sekou.
Let me finish. So I'll be quick. So the issue of America, we have to be clear. It's not Black American to be looking at immigration to be their problem. I think the problem we should be facing is white nationalism that have oppressed Black America, not immigrants.
Sekou, you didn't. Okay, go ahead, finish.
Secondly, Kala Genesis, when he speaks on this platform, always he talk about integration being a problem. Martin Luther King did not fight for Black people to become white. He fought against segregation that was a kind of segregating Black people.
Bro, you don't know the whole story.
No, wait.
What you mean he don't know the whole story? Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where did he lie? Where did he lie? He didn't lie at all. Martin Luther King didn't fight for people to be white. Martin Luther King fought for equality. Now, if you niggas thought that equality is you being up under white people, that's on you. That's on you, and that's what generations of slavery has done to y'all. Right? White ice is colder. Right? That's something that happened to you. And that's why I believe in reparations, but I think reparations shouldn't be disseminated yet because a lot of us still have a Eurocentric mindset. We still value things that are not of us or from us. That's our problem. So that is a individualistic problem that a lot of Black Americans have. The diaspora as a whole, even some Africans.
People were paying taxes and they were not allowed to drive public transport. There are certain benefits citizens get. They were paying taxes, but they were not getting those benefits. So that's why you were fighting against. He was not saying you should become white. He was saying that if we are citizens of America, we should enjoy the same privileges that every American citizen enjoy. You can't say Black here, white here, and we are paying taxes.
Can I respond now?
That's what you fought against.
I want to hear the guy, man. I want to hear the guy. Shut up. Let me say cool.
Yeah, so Black. What Martin Luther fought against was people paying taxes and they are not allowed to enjoy the same privileges as other citizens, just like apartheid South Africa.
The man still didn't tell one lie yet.
So he was not saying you become white. That's your decision today. That was not what he.
Exactly. That's your goon decision today to be up under racists.
Fought for. He fought so that you will be allowed to go to any school you want to go to. You can enter any shop and you will be served in a restaurant, any restaurant that you want. You will not be discriminated against because of the color of your skin. You will not be rejected in any school because of the color of your skin. That was what was happening in America. Negro cannot sit here. Negro cannot eat in this restaurant. Negro cannot go to the street. That's what
So white man, please accept it, pretty much.
Yes, because that's what you did with your bitch ass, and your parents probably did the same thing because they're defeated spiritually and mentally. You see how these people are? So I'm going to speed it up a little more.
Donald Trump's speeches in their entirety.
I can't wait for this.
Listen, and anybody in there with any common sense could sit here and tell me that they disagree with the majority of what Donald Trump says when he's giving his speeches. You're just emotional. But go ahead, say. Okay.
I'm just emotional. Should I roll it back to see what speech he's talking about? I don't know if I should roll it back. I got other things to go to, but most likely, these niggas is lying or they don't know what they're talking about. So I'm a little tired of disproving them. I'm going to prove. I'm already did that. I'm going to move forward.
I will give two examples. One will be Charlotte Bale when he said there were good people on both sides. When
God, here you go.
Wait, what is the
trigger? Here you go again. Here you go again. You see how emotional they get because they know. Because they know what Charlottesville was about. Just in case, hold on. That's why I kind of kept this up. You see my little icon on my little avatar right here, right? So we all know that they're gonna try to explain away why there are racists at a Trump rally. Why if the Republican Party is not racist, why is there a whole bunch of racists on the Republican Party? Does Antifa what if people had racist flags on the Antifa or the BLM side? No. All the Confederates and the white nationalists and the alt-right was all on the Republican side. But we're gonna see how these coon goons try to rationalize this.
There you go.
Hey,
Saku, let me tell you something real quick. Saku, based on we're gonna talk about logic. Now you can say
no, you're not. If you're stupid, you got no logic. First of all, logically, you have to know what the fuck you're talking about, right? You can't get logic out of bullshit, right? So he's wrong right there.
You can say that the white bro. You can say no. We're not denying it. Let me tell you something. You can say that the people was on that they was worse because one of them did run over somebody with a car, but just by
one of them, no. The people that were the racists, the Republicans that are the obvious racists here, right? Mowed down a whole group of black people and white people that didn't want a Confederate statue to be up because it's disrespectful to the black citizens. Now we got Captain Save-A-Crackers, Captain Save-A-Confederacy, Captain Save the KKK Negroes here are going to try to explain that away. So you can't say, well, one side killed one, but can't you really say one's worse than the other? This is he said logic. Just like when Brandon says be a man, he's going to be a bitch. Just like when Simp says, oh, let's be logical, he's not going to be logical. Because if we both fight, a fist fight, and you know what I'm saying, and I bust your nose up, and one of your people shoot my people, and the other one dies, you can't say, well, it was a fair fight, it was an even fight, it's equal, what you want, like that makes no sense. That makes no sense in the history of making sense.
Logic, just by logic, it was good people on both sides.
And no one said anything about good people being on both sides. All he said was Charlottesville. So already with the Fox News, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, racist talking points.
It had to be good people on both sides because everybody wasn't fighting each other. Everybody there. If you weren't so cool, just listen for a second, bro, because clearly you didn't watch it. You heard the speech. You didn't watch the rally. It was good people. If you would have watched that, if you would watch the
so fucking retarded. So let's say this is his logic. Let's say you had, I'll do even numbers. Let's say you had 2,000 people there, right? 1,000 were the racist right wing. The other 1,000 was, let's say, okay, the 1,000 was a racist right wing, and other people, let's say, that weren't with those groups, but they shared the same sentiment. And on the other side was BLM and Antifa and people that weren't with that group, but they agree with their sentiment. He's saying those groups, right, are good people on both sides, knowing that one of those people from one of those groups killed one. Not everybody in that group was fighting. We all know that. Not everyone in that group is fighting. So that doesn't mean there's still, how is there still both people, good people on both sides? Even if you had some people like that were like, okay, you had like 24 people on the opposing side, 14 over here and 14 over there, they was cool. Yes, but the majority was assholes. And again, I was going to explain it. One came to provoke the other. You have people protesting saying, take the statue down, take the statue down. Why do the Confederates and the racist Republicans got to be there? They already got what they want. They got a racist on general there. They already got what they want. So why would they be there saying, keep it up, keep it up? They didn't show up until the black people and the good white people showed up saying to take it down, and they opposed them. So already the Republicans and the racists, they're the aggressors here. Let's not forget that.
Whole march, it was some of them was out there eating food together. They was holding hands. They was like, man, we disagree. They got videos all on the internet, bro. But since you get you can tell what you get your information from CNN and MS.
And we could tell you get your information from Breitbart, Stormfront, and all them other racist redneck media.
NBC, because they only showed one part. They didn't show that the people were sitting at the IHOP at 2:00 in the morning eating together. So let me finish real quick. I just want to help the brother out. So what I'm saying is that you listen to these big media conglomerates that have an ulterior motive. But if you would have just actually watched the rally, I
don't believe he's a despicable person like Donald Trump.
But that doesn't make him despicable, like Trump.
You asked me on Stan Ku because you asked Stan Ku that question. You never asked me that question.
Obama funded and backed in Africa in regards to Libya. Okay, so we'll put that in the pot along with what he did as far as putting people in the cages that he built. You're trying to tell me he's not despicable like Trump.
So we don't find anywhere that Obama put babies in cages. They said he built them, but there was no.
Dinus is right. Obama built those cages. He did, because Dinus is also right when he said Obama was.
See, I'm agreeing with Dinus, so he's not going to cut me off. The moment I say something he don't like, he's going to cut me off.
One of the since Bush, he deported more people than George Bush. Obama bombed more places in Africa and the Middle East than
any president.
See, now everyone's agreeing with me, so it's okay because they're agreeing with me, right? They can't shut up if they don't agree with me. Also, they don't even challenge. They just cut you off.
Sorry, in my own way.
But I'm a Democratic shield, and I'm pro-Obama, and like what Dinus just said, I have to say Joe Biden this, and Democrats. No, I'm not like that. That's why they don't go to me, because with me, there's nuance. I see things for what they are. They see things through Republican glasses. I see things through reality, and that's the difference between me and them.
Ran out of bonds, but what I want to say is where the Republican talking points come in, where the lies start. Obama wasn't separating families. You have kids up to this day. You see. He's
emotional and he can't let go. He is trying to hold on to Trump's nuts, though it hurts him so. He gotta let that orange fool go. So, see, like I told you again, they're getting emotional because that was true. Trump separated families. Obama built the cages right there, right? And They call them cages. That's what they are, but they're they're to keep kids safe or whatever. I'm not gonna get into semantics. Obama built them, right? But Obama, with those kids were in cages, they're with their parents. Last time I heard of this, you had some people they still can't even find their parents because he was separating them. And all of Trump says, but Obama built the cases. Okay, but he wasn't separating families.
Oh my God! Why do we care about Mexicans and black people? Like,
now we can talk about. I said one mic. So Kofi, so Obama's not despicable. I mean, because he didn't put kids in cages, but he dropped more bombs than anybody else in the Middle East. He blew up a Doctors Without Borders in Syria. Obama did, but that doesn't make him despicable. Like Trump. You asked me on Stan Coup because you asked Stan Coup that question. You never asked me that question. Okay, Stan Coup. So Barack Obama bombing a Doctors Without Borders, literally.
But you see how Dinah's moving. The moment I said what Trump did, he got upset. He didn't acknowledge that, and he went right back to saying all this is just to prop Donald Trump up and demonize the Democrats and Obama. He's not man enough to say, well, all right, okay, yeah, Trump did that. Okay, Obama built the case and Trump did that. They are both to blame. What's wrong with saying, yes, they're both to blame in that regard when it comes to the cases? They're both to blame. They can't do that because they're a Republican cult. They're MAGA birds. They're MAGA bitches.
He bombed a Doctors Without Borders, killed innocent children and doctors who were volunteers. Okay, if you could, does that make Obama despicable? Adding the cages, and he put in children and adults who put in those cages, and what he did in Libya. You're still trying to tell me he's not a despicable person?
I did not say that. I said he had policy that are despicable.
Oh my God. Okay, so how is Trump despicable and not Barack Obama?
Trump, ideologically, his philosophy and his ideology is directly white nationalism. That's the fact.
Exactly, and they don't want to face that.
Correct. That's correct. Bro.
And I said that. And you hear me in the background saying that's correct. You want to ignore your black ass want to ignore his white nationalism, hoping that you could make a space out for yourself within white nationalism. That's why I'm calling them straight up house Negroes. This is house Negro behavior. Straight up. There's like no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh, y'all take talking points from the media. Who controls the media?
How is the Confederacy is white nationalism? He had Steve Bannon as one of his advisors that runs Breitbart. Those are white supremacists. Breitbart doesn't exist. Steve Bannon's rhetoric doesn't exist. What is your country ass talking about?
People or white people? What is getting you emotionally riled up to attack their white enemies? Is it black people? Because you're just regurgitating CNN, MSNBC talking points, which is ran, controlled, owned.
And you are providing cover for your white slave masters to continue. What are you talking about?
By white people, and you're just regurgitating it and put a pro-black spin on it as if this is some.
And I'm saying you're regurgitating QAnon, Fox News, and OAN talking points, and Truth Social talking points. This is Trump's personal so-called Twitter that's failing right now.
Black issue. You are following these script of white supremacy. If Obama was such an enemy, why wasn't he censored, silenced, and attacked like Trump?
Oh, I can answer that. But, they asked whether not to answer because Obama didn't do any law breaking or grifting. Obama didn't say if I lose my next election, it's going to be stolen. Obama didn't have illegitimate businesses. Obama didn't collude with international foreign enemies. He didn't do any had deals with collusions with Russia. What else? He didn't fire an attorney general because he didn't hold his same ideals. What else is there? It's just so much. Just for stars on the top of my head, I know there's other things. You know, there's a lot of other things. That's just for starters, though.
What big government institution feared Obama so much that they had to attack him? Why isn't that? Is Trump the one getting banned? He's the one getting silenced.
Okay, maybe because he's an anarchist and he enables January 6th. He enables violence and right-wing conspiracy theorists. He's anti-government. He wanted his vice president killed or anyone else that didn't agree with him. Should I keep on going?
It's his children vision getting canceled. That's why. Nothing is happening with Obama. Obama challenged no power. He was our boy.
I said because Trump committed the most crimes. I mean, there are some war crimes that Obama did. You know, I don't like he enforced the Patriot Act. I didn't like that. So like whistleblowers, right? So like, you know, we all know about Eric Snowden and I forgot that other person's name. And these people can't come back into the country because they're called whistleblowers. But there was corruption within the government, right? And he exposed them. They went to all their officers, right? Their commanding officers to report it. Nothing was done. So those are patriots right there. Those are patriots, not Trump telling people, if I don't win, attack your own country. This dude's a fucking fool.
They put him in a power to subdue black people like you, so you can.
Afro dumbass is here. Afro dumbass.
Just be docile while he goes and invades other countries, while he destroys Libya. But because he's a black man, he knows that you ain't gonna say nothing. Why is Obama?
What he said was half true. Obama was the wolf in sheep's clothing. That is true. What's like what the third truthful thing they said out of 900 things that they just spouted, 900 lies they just said. They said like 3 truths.
Attack more than Trump. Trump attacked more than Obama.
You left out Fast and the Furious. Y'all forget about. Did you forget about Fast and the Furious under Eric? With Eric with the weapons. Y'all forgot about that. Y'all forgot about Fast and the Furious.
Y'all forgot about Trump having brother Simp and brother Khalid.
He said, I said, you all also forgot about Trump stealing files from the FBI, having nuclear secrets.
Yeah, do you believe getting money from the Saudis? Like, do you believe?
And I said, do you know about Jared Kushner getting all this money from the Saudis? Jared Kushner got a whole bunch of money from the Saudis not too long after Trump got those documents, FBI documents. Jared Kushner all of a sudden just got a whole big bag from the Saudis.
Do you believe George Bush killed more people than Hitler?
Huh? Oh my God!
Wait, George.
George.
No one is defending George Bush.
No, wait.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, there's a reason I'm asking. There's a reason.
No, listen. Okay, Sekou. More people, were murdered. Innocent people.
I'm going to speed it up a little bit.
Obama had more Africans took it out and destabilized the whole region, not Donald Trump in Africa. So I'm trying to figure out how, and you're African, I'm trying to figure out how still Trump is despicable.
Thank you. Ace, I want to ask Sekou a quick question. Sekou, what country are you from?
So Afro Dumbass agrees with FBA. Like FBA don't hate Africans because they look like them, but they're not them. Afro Dumbass is African and he's not and thinks the same thing. I'm African and you're American. But the only thing that Afro Dumbass it has no problem is kissing white Republican ass. Right? So he's a docile, short, midget, sad excuse of a man. He believes in FBA, but then he hates when FBA talks about Africans. Like, I don't get it. You guys agree more than you disagree. FBA says they're not African. right? But see, the thing about Afro Dumbass is that he, again, because since he's a Republican, and so that means he's an honorary Negro, honorary average racist. He does a lot of these stereotypical racist visuals. So on his channel, you have a monkey with a basketball jersey and a chain and a hat saying, "I'm talking about African Americans." These are the things that he's doing. So a person like that, you really don't pay too much attention to, because they're, number one, they're uneducated, right? And they're self-loathing to the point where it passes on to other people. So all he's gonna do is just denigrate Sanku, because Sanku is talking sense. Sanku is talking knowledge. He's talking about you guys are backing the guy that is a white nationalist, and you guys need to be black nationalists. He's saying you guys need to be yourselves, love yourselves, come together as one black power for the sake of yourself and your family and your peers. No, we can't have that. This is a house nigga channel.
Liberia.
Liberia.
Okay.
Do you live in the United States?
Canada.
No. Canada. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna speak. Police academy ain't chill, brother.
Unfortunately, he's your brother, but not mentally. So he's gonna do an FBA talking point saying that, so you don't know anything. You don't know anything about the United States or anything because you don't live here. There's niggas that live here that don't know anything about themselves. Ergo 1, 2, 3. They don't know what's going on and they live here. Your simple hobbit ass lives here and you don't know what's going on. He lives just on the other side of America, or just across the border, and he knows more than all of you. But I'm gonna let him say his nonsense, and then real quick, just so you know, I'm not just berating Afro Dumbass.
I'm gonna Boston, you probably start talking.
Yeah, well, let me respond.
Okay, I'm gonna speak from a realistic point of view, not like CNN. In fact, this
realistic one, not like CNN. Okay, so again, they only could see the world through Republican lenses. I look at what Republicans say. Like here in New York, there's a right-wing radio station with Danny Bonaducci, I think is his name, Danny Bonaducci, whatever. He's a Fox News contributor. I listen to that shit because the shit is fucking hilarious. The things that they say, like I showed you earlier in this video, they be saying things like these fucking people. They be saying the most craziest, nuttiest things. Like
this is now, and we're going through different times.
Like this is the things that
better than Abraham Lincoln, who won the Civil War and kept the country together and freed the slaves.
That was all great and good, but this is now, and we're going through different.
See, these are stupid things that they say. So I listen to that. So they can only see things through Republican lenses.
That you're talking about, like I live in Seattle. It's not even far from me. I went there. I saw what was going on with my own eyes. What they are showing on the news is total lie. People like him. I have relatives here that are just like him.
A total lie. So Charlottesville didn't happen. Heather Heyer was the white lady that was killed. That didn't happen. And that's the thing about white supremacists, right? And we all know if you just live in the South and study Black history, Reconstruction, and stuff like that, when these racists, they don't care if they're killing white people, because white people are just nigger lovers to them. In fact, you're even worse. You're a traitor to your race, right? Which is even just more disheartening to them. So he didn't care that he killed that woman. So Heather Heyer didn't die, right? The whole Charlottesville thing didn't happen. You didn't have Richard Spencer with a bunch of torches saying the Jews shall not replace us. That didn't happen. Saying all these anti-Semitic things, that didn't happen. Richard Spencer wasn't there. The KKK wasn't there. Heather Heyer wasn't there. Wasn't there, let alone she didn't die. None of these things happened. So you already know when he says from a CNN CNN. I tell you the reality instead of CNN. So all that was made up. You see the projection here? Because since they tell lies and they do conspiracy theory, they think the other side would do it. So all they listen to is right-wing racist media.
Most of these Africans, I will tell you right now, you guys need to stop taking these people serious. They are very...
You know what? And you're from the continent and you're African. You say a lot of bullshit. I'm not taking you seriously. So with that said, guys, I am moving on to my next point of the video.
Immigrants, because they believe if they let those immigrants in.
Hold on one moment, guys. I gotta take care of something, and I would be right back. Take a little break. I gotta take care of something real quick. In the meantime, enjoy the Trump bird.
One of the perks of a cross-country trip is stopping for a meal and meeting the friendly folks who make up the heart and soul of our country. Hello, we're from the Northeast. Okay, then. We'll do 55 pancakes to go.
Trump! 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 Trump!
All right, we are back. Had to take care of something real quick. So let's continue.
Into particular regions, those immigrants will then vote Democrat. So they're displacing the voters who are there because they think those voters will not vote Democrat in the future. So they're bringing in immigrants and hoping that the immigrants will be the replacement like Democrat voters. Do you believe that's happening?
I'm going to read this. So I did a show.
So he's going to lie. So the brother's basically asking, is the Republicans here are saying that Democrats want immigration to happen illegally, like flood the country. This is wrong on so many points. Flood the country with immigrants because those immigrants would be Democrats. Now, why would you think that? Already that's flawed. It's flawed for two reasons. One, they don't know the political landscape, right? One. Two, you're saying once they know the political landscape, they're going to be Democrats. So what does that show? That shows that Republicans are hateful people and they're not going to have nothing to offer. So the Democrats sounds like to me the Democrats is going to be offering something to the immigrants, whereas the Republicans don't want to deal with the immigrants and don't want to offer them anything. So of course you're gonna be like, okay, we ain't gonna give them shit. So if they come here, they're gonna go with the other people who promised them something. So that's already damning. That's already damning. The other point is that the reason why Republicans think this is because they are unpopular amongst Americans. The Republican Party is one of the most unpopular parties. Now, I'm not saying that libertarians or whatever political party, other secular, so-called secular party is not as popular, but they don't get as much support. It's always the Republican ticket and the Democratic ticket. We all know that. So in that context, the Republican Party is not popular. Remember, Donald Trump never got the popular vote. Never. Hillary Clinton beat him through the popular vote. He only became president because of the Electoral College. Same thing, I believe, with George Bush. I think the second term, right? He's unpopular. Second time, same thing. Why would Donald Trump be more popular second time around? I don't get it. Besides, I'm talking as far as like independent voters, right? Because if you want more voters, right, and you unpopular the first time, right, what you try to do is get those moderates to come on your side, right? And you want to siphon some votes from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party, right? If you did not do any of that, why are you surprised that you lost again? Why are you surprised that you lost again? What did Donald Trump do for the middle class? I just said all he did was give tax breaks to the rich and try and disable the Paris Climate Accord. So every person that knows the science and know that science is a real thing, that's strike one. You know what I'm saying? That if you know about the Iran nuclear deal, right, and want to be safe, don't worry about Iran making your nuclear weapons, right? Oh, he just banned that, so now Iran's gonna be making nuclear weapons because we don't have that deal no more. So that's another strike. Donald Trump loves dictators like Kim Jong-un. He calls the letters of him and Kim Jong-un love letters. He's hugging him and stuff like that. Remember when Obama like bowed down to the I think the ambassador of Japan, all the racist crazy crackers. Oh, yeah, he's bowing down to a foreign enemy. Oh my God! Oh, he's making the United States look bad. He just gave a bow means that you submitted. You remember these Republicans? They're idiots. They don't know anything about culture. All they know is about Jesus and America and apple pie and baseball. That's all they know and care about, right? But Donald Trump could kiss Kim Jong-un's fat ass, and it's okay. Duterte is another dictator. He loves him. Even with Kim Jong-un, he says, "Oh, they all raised up at attention." I wish people would do that with me when I go around. Like the guy is a wannabe dictator. Bolsonaro is a right winger in Brazil doing all types of crazy shit. He loves Bolsonaro, right? He loves authoritarian dictatorship right wingers. So if people that don't like dictatorships and people like that, they're not going to want to mess with you because your foreign policy is shit. Let's forget about the domestic. Your foreign policy is shit. We know what you've done domestically. At least you say, okay, I'm going to fuck up domestically. You know what I'm saying? I do Trump University scams, this scam, fucking porn stars, walking in on little girls on Miss Universe pageants, want to grab my daughter by the pussy and, wish he could date her and all this other stuff. I love groomers and stuff like that. And like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who talks about Jewish space lasers and conspiracy theories. I love all that. Okay, but at least let's do something good foreign policy wise. I'm Donald Trump. I'm gonna fuck that up too.
I did a show a couple of days ago in regards to the racist Latinos who were Democrat in LA. And so a Mexican American, he messaged me. He said, I'm probably gonna let him on the show on Sunday because we keep talking about this black and brown coalition, right? But for some reason, it's only one-sided. Black people pushes black and brown coalition.
That's why Sanku was talking about black nationalism. We all know it makes no sense to do. You get your house in order, and if other people want to collab with you, that's fine. But our house is not in order. We got coon goon, coon goon, coon goon, coon goon, coon goon, coon goon, coon goon. And a brother just wants to know the truth. That's where we all need to be. Hey, I just want to know what's going on over here. And it's bad that he's getting information from him. But I'm glad he's giving information so he knows how the extreme right wing thinks. And then he could take that information and see where it's prevalent, and he's probably going to see there's different spectrums within the Republican Party, and like not everyone thinks all this crazy shit like how he thinks, and then he could just make his own decision for himself because he seems to be an intelligent person by asking questions, just not making these crazy wild accusations.
But it's not reciprocated, and they really don't care. But he said this. He said, "I found your channel on YouTube. I got a lot to say about current events. It's obvious to me Black folks don't have even the slightest understanding of Latin Americans whatsoever. Y'all being bamboozled. Democrats want to flood America with Latin immigrants, so they have an infinite pool of poor people to vote for them. There is a twofold consequence."
That makes no okay. So let's break down what he said. So we want the United States to be filled with immigrants with poor people. Again, it goes to my other breakdown. So that means the Republicans don't want to do anything for poor people at all, right? They don't want to do anything for people. That's why a lot of Republican states have the highest unemployment rate, less jobs, like Mississippi. They have like the highest crime rate, and they have like the lowest, and the highest unemployment rate, and they don't have a lot of jobs going on, right? You have people like they don't take care, like child care. There's no child care, anything to help the poor. They don't want to do, and I'm mostly blame that on Mississippi because it's a southern state and there's a lot of Black people in Mississippi. I think it's like 60% or something like that, Blacks in Mississippi. And you still have those same racist people over there from since the 60s, since Martin Luther King was talking about that. Everyone's talking about how racist Mississippi is, along with Tennessee and so on, right? So again, they're showing their hand by saying that Republicans do not care about poor people. We care about rich people. If you're not rich, if you're not rich, don't come over here. Go over there. If you're rich, come over here. We got you. So he's pretty much telling on himself.
For African Americans. A mitigated immigration erases your leverage in the labor market. B, African Americans lose their relevance at the ballot box by dilution. You're only 8% of California. Mexicans are now 50% of California. That's what he messaged me.
So whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? So if you got there's more Mexicans than Black people, right? It's up to whoever the elected official is, whether it be Democrat or Republican, to adhere to communities that are in need of whatever, right? And I think I'm not sure if anyone's from California. Isn't the Asian community? So it will be the Hispanic community, and then it will be the Asian community. Then it will be Black people. I think that's the demographic makeup of California. I could be wrong, but anyway.
So that kind of ties in with what I was talking about. There is a belief that there is I won't say a conspiracy, but there is a plan to replace people.
That is a conspiracy. That is the definition of a conspiracy. You have no proof of it, but you have a belief, or you believe that's what they're doing.
So as to bring in more Democrats, which is
Yeah, they actually did that. Hold on, bro. Let me tell you this one thing to add on what Dinah said. He actually did a Zoom call.
By dilution. You're only 8%.
Answering to the Latinos. That's exactly what he said.
On the Latinos. This is not nothing that he hid. This is right on. You can pull this video up the same way Dinus did. You know what I'm saying? He actually told them that he actually told these
cotton picking fruit, grapes, all that. There has to be someone to replace those people. That's when Latino brought in. So it's placement work.
Replacement make any sense. So understand. So if you replace me, go. If I here, Queens, New York, I live here in Queens. If to replace. They take me out of my house, right? They do all that other stuff, right? Here, where do they put me? Aha, aha, aha. Like I'm coming to America. Aha. Like replacing. This is like no one is being replaced at all. It's just adding people replacing me. Oh, so they kicked you out and they replaced you with somebody else? Like the same Republican during the time and say it's a little bit more. How is the message your job? It's not. Do you work again? Okay. You work for a white man? Yeah, I work for a white man. Man, okay, I work for a white man. American. Okay. But that went back there. Then. So it's people repeat you, not the American taking your job. So why are you saying they're taking jobs? I like they took our job. No. The white man gave the Mexican that job either because you're lazy or you and you. But being instead of your job, your boss that gave your job to somebody else for cheap labor, you blame. That's just weak. But it's Republican, and that's how they get fear mongering about the Mexicans, when it's people. Mexico doesn't control politicians' business. That never made any sense to me. I really politics. I was like, why did Mexicans took? I'm like, well, it's working for Mexicans? Then I guess that all makes sense. It's like, I'm not hiring my own. Then it's like, okay, discriminatory. You will have a go to Home Depot. Probably guys that want to with some contract building on the community or anything like that. It's pick up like 6-7 miles to out. But Negroes like this and white people like them was so a problem. Instead of the employer, the white it's not Mexicans that's doing that. Mexicans didn't put that white man. I need some labor cheap. Haven't got this Mexican dude to landscaping or take this tree down, prune my branches because my neighbor over here going over here and all those leaves is over my property. Prune this. Whatever work they need to be done, no one ever said that they job. No, people keep coming back to them because they know what they're doing. It's competition. That's what they. So they never. Anyway.
Yourself, and guess what? You will naturally place.
Did I say something, Dennis?
You don't get.
No. Larry, did that answer? You got any other questions?
That was it. I needed confirmation that this was a reality. As you,
that's not confirmation at all, brother. Saying in perspective, if you see this employee that what they're saying only a talking point in order to get more Republican, because the Republican Party has for decades just an party. So they have to, all the simpletons on here have to say again, be afraid to get on their.
Then do the Republicans have any hope of achieving any success? More migrants, and they're going to be voters, so it's always going to.
It's not true. True. A lot. We respond to that.
Let Brandon answer. Go ahead, Brandon.
Let me say
No,
this.
I'm not gonna let Bucci his dumb shit. So move forward.
To create an environment that's conducive for you to make
their
this happen.
Like black.
How he just let Republican with more lies. Yes, spout your lies and your fear mongering. That's all. I'm moving forward.
This is all I'm saying. You don't.
And I wanted to really concentrate on that video and that was here to argue against that. I just actually in America it's like true.
They lie to you. Lies. One side. You're getting one.
Lying to you, as I just explained, makes no sense on its own. You have people that understand the politics. People coming to politics here. Why would they automatically say I'm going to be on one side when they don't understand both sides not offering? By the Republicans, they're already saying we don't like you, and we know Republicans are staunchly anybody that's not. If you think they care, you think of someone from Greece or France over legally supposed to go there. All cares about and Hispanic people coming here. That's it. And when those are ready, but faithful, it says let's have some. So they have a. They don't table. The hell with these niggas and spits. We're not giving them anything. So you know they're gonna go to the Democratic side because we don't want them here. Like Trump said, want them here.
Hey, Diane, you know
One mic. I want to back free blast.
Exactly. Don't go anywhere to you.
Yeah, I think about to say.
No, but this is Larry. So, what's going on? Like, I mean,
it's
that's what's going. That's my point. Like, about you just. I don't care. Like I said, the purpose of the show was for the black men working out. Care. I'll be like, whoop.
But do you understand American invite over 50,000 people in America every so just
legally.
Legally.
But that under your whole point, dumbass. If America already has a program or incentive to take in 50,000 people, right? Let's say in 4 years, right? They call it it's the presidency, right? It's the presidency, right? In 4 years, that's 200,000 people. That's 200,000 people, right? The talking about for the president sends 200 people in here. They're ready Democrat, according to you guys. They're just not even talking that particular program. We're not talking about regular immigration, and we're definitely not talking about. We're talking about they have where they let 1,000 people in already. So the government is in there. No theory.
And based on ability.
Yeah, but right. Still gonna people still can dismiss
no. I'm not. I don't care. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Listen.
Smart. Defend myself.
Trump and fuck the Democrats. See, the thing is,
Martin Burren, just for the record, y'all, we was talking about the same thing, Di.
Hold release the old $5. He's try. Usually, what he's gonna try to do. This is gonna be funny.
It's about. Remember, that credit was going down. They nailed him to the wall, and then
Not nail me to a baloney. He didn't nail me to the wall on anything, and he has never nailed me to the wall anything politically. That's
said, well, Biden just to say a fuck you to Trump. You get what I'm saying?
What?
Is that not true?
What bitch just said that?
Wait. Can you get
Saying simply she needs to give me my money, but they're on mics, so no one can say that.
we got Brandon. Okay. The fuck Republic, they themselves when you listen.
I expose myself. Okay.
That's what y'all can do. That's what he can do right now.
Please, you go pay me my do right now instead of bringing running. We saw your bank account. We know you got it. Pay what you owe. Give me my money. Why are you bringing it to said? That's my Zoe. That's my Zoe right here. That's my Zoe right there. Where's my money? I want my money, bro. Stuff. So me and Brandon could like what you exactly what they do, and they think they make a point to say, "Oh, fuck you." Their whole thing, "Oh, I won the argument because I got a loud mic."
Myself.
Hold on, Brandon.
Can I just clarify?
Nah, nigga, shut your Bucci Bear bitch ass up.
No. Public straight.
That's what I'm straight. Not I did not like they don't. They cannot get the same respect because they're emotional. They say we're emotional. We say it. Say something at the end. We may say at the end, cut you off the moment that we don't like.
Bring something else up.
Exactly. You want to give me my money? Brings
Bye. Go ahead.
The reason why I vote for Biden, and y'all all gonna get, you're all gonna pretend that Trump didn't document and shit on
Brigade. They gonna talk about process. Trump is committing things that he's doing. Real about that though. Talk about that a couple years because that's what's important. Who voted for it because black then explain is like I about that. Heard that in the chat. That's in his little group there. That's what is on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, you can't. This guy's such a lie.
FBA raid Mar-a-Lago and well, it depends what story you want to believe. First, there's no FBI files there. Then Trump said that when they actually found the file, this know what I'm saying, should be a monolith when it comes to certain things. Sorry for that. I'm in the hood, yo. You know, the weather's nice out here on Halloween, so you know everyone doing what they want to do. They biking and whatever. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, my bad. So, you know, these fake Pan-Africans, like I said, we all shouldn't be a monolith. We should be a monolith when it comes to certain things. But I really take umbrance to the fact that they call themselves Pan-African, because Pan-Africanism is supposed to be Black people unifying. We all don't have to agree, but we have to agree on our success and our unity no matter where we are, right? No matter where we are. That should be the goal, right? So you cannot be a Pan-Africanist and aligning yourselves with white nationalists. That how does that work? Now, look, if it's like a United States, so if it's like a Cuban situation where, hey, whoa, you know what? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, then I get it. But I always ask these retardlicans, what is the Republican Party giving you for you to go on their side? And they just tell you straight up lies, and it's a bunch of well-wishing. They don't offer us anything. They don't. So why are you why are you capping mad hard like this? Why are you caping mad hard for the Republicans? And I feel it has to do with cowardness, fear, in case if you know the because I'll admit the Republicans are way more aggressive, extremely way more aggressive, right? If it was like a football game, you like, nah, them Republicans gonna win, man. If it was a football game or a basketball game, I will put my money on the Republicans because the Democrats are extremely docile. Like they got a good game plan, they say a lot of good things, but they don't know how to implement it. They don't know how to execute it, and it's like, God damn, what the hell? When you just got a bunch of crazy, retarded ass people who just aggressive, and they getting people riled up. It's like, damn, man, they got they don't brains, but they got the heart to do it. Where the Democrats, they have some sort of the plan, but the heart to carry. Let's get back. Let's get back. And, hop in. The link's in the chat. The link is then. I'm gonna go back to this because they all triggered now.
Donald Trump. Hey, Kofi, what law Donald Trump question?
I can.
Yes, bro. We gonna say no.
Donald, go ahead, say. What laws did he break?
So I will.
Right, man. Come on.
No, you can't do this.
So up.
You guys were speaking for 45 minutes. I've been waiting.
Exactly. For 4 minutes. 45 minutes. Ask them a question.
What laws did he break?
Okay. First of all, when Donald Trump got into office, okay, Donald started doing that's one. They're pretending not to know things. Not to know.
Yes, they're pretending to know.
First one, everybody knows about. He caused it to invest.
True. So against his political opponents. You're not supposed to do an investigation. Use the president's power. Right? That's how dictators. How uprisings. So that's what investigate your for your own political right of the president. The president is supposed to.
Make an investigation. No, listen. But he didn't
You're gonna deny it.
Because Zelensky said that to get money to help your country, you need to give me information on.
Let's talk about Zelensky. That's why during the thing there was, because there was. Anyway, I'm gonna let Sanku tell it.
Joe Biden's son in America. You know that in the impeachment. Listen, they're gonna deny. You can defend right, but that in a court. Diamond, hold a quick pro.
He even said quid pro quo. The whole thing. Quo. Quid pro. Wow. Wow.
It's a difference.
One mic. Okay, so Sekou, how is that?
No, let me finish.
Sekou, listen. Show me where.
That's the truth. You need to be educated.
Start with number one. Hold on. No, I need to be ignorant. I know everything. I know everything. I want you to show me, point to what or whatever. Donald he broke, and they were brought up. Like, help me out.
Another, honesty. On this podcast was just because you charge and come out of it innocent. Party that hates black behind, they know that OJ probably did it, quitted sufficient. I could go to a store right now, no matter with a shoot the place up, get caught. In my case, it's because the police find Miranda, or in the process of them thing like that was the right way. Case away because I was camera ID they know I am because I was charged or convicted. That means that I didn't do the crime.
I just political witness hunting political opponent. He did that.
Did you hear?
Mention the second.
No. Focus one. Okay. I'm ignorant. Where what Trump did, he broke the law, and brought up charges against him. He was found guilty. Anything where
he was impeached.
Just show me again.
Do you know?
He said he was impeached. He was impeached. Right? He was impeached. He was impeached in a house 2 times. He was impeached in. You had Targe and Trump goons there.
No, Donald Trump was impeached from office.
Okay, dude.
No. Yes. Yes. No, you know impeached. The house.
See, wasn't impeached house.
No. Was Donald Trump impeached by the House twice?
Twice. He said it. They're heading this way. They don't either.
No, the House Democrats hate the enemy.
No, what? And you know the Senate is run by a bunch of Republicans, which is his bitches. Like what? Like we that? Why is it coming up? Oh, come on.
You are acting like the together.
You have to place. We're gonna.
Yes.
What you just brought up, him breaking the law, which is illegal.
Yeah.
Show me. Zelensky, he broke.
Yeah, that's where he broke.
Goddamn.
No, I have to mention a lot of them. They are many. They are many.
Okay, cool. We're not doing.
He also the former director.
Okay, cool. Again, I want you. He broke the law. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Look, you can.
January 6th, yeah. Hey, cool. One more time. I want you. We're not on January 6th. We're on Zelensky right now. We'll get to January 6th. That's all I'm asking.
Dinah, I mean, why should a president in America be impeached? Is it because he did well?
I'm asking you. Do I doing that? That's all I'm asking.
To excuse.
The law. That's all I'm asking.
Rush this up.
This is about lying. Is this about lying?
To the Senate, which was dominated by Republicans. He did not convict.
And you guys did not let me. So
Go ahead.
It's about the truth. Okay.
Okay, no one wants to ass pedo loving Bucci Bear. Trying to get me.
Hey, Brandon, pit him against the.
I'm trying to find where I was at, cause pretty much.
No. I'm gonna pass it to Brandon. I'm gonna let. All right, go back to you.
From a USA to Ukraine.
Yeah. Again, hopefully I'm not wrong. I know I was there because.
Time we move on. No, Trump insists that he was in jail.
Did the
I remember this guy here is basically about he don't like Trump and Trump is racist because he's talking about the Central Park Five. You know about the Central Park Five, even though they're exonerated. That says, yeah. I still think they should have the death penalty. New York law just to put these 3 black kids to the death penalty, even though they've been proven innocent of the law. But the court of law is Donald Trump, so of course these Negroes are going to defend him, and Donald Trump is right.
The DA come out and apologize to, and the DA.
Okay, so we can't pinpoint AK.
in there for women and in there for in there.
Park 5.
That doesn't stand up to. I was not ever a politician, so it's like it's almost like we hang on that.
Trump is an elitist.
Just to hate about him, which is.
But Trump did something worse. Got that.
Brother saying is right. Trump involved in that political sphere, right? He did. He involved in something. By then, you're just not a political.
He pretty much screwed them in the court of public opinion. Difficult for them to get the justice they deserve.
Anything about the case? You know as much about the case as everyone else knew about the case. The truth. So now that he knows the truth, why does he to be convicted? Exactly. Remember, this is a guy that said that when Black Lives Matter was out there, that he wanted them to get riots. He told them to.
That affected all Black people.
I'm not
like there are things that people that.
The crime bill is that's something that y'all always do. The crime bill is a bipartisan bill. Y'all, I'm not telling Joe Biden to be off the hook. He signed it. Hell yes, he did. But other Republicans signed it. It was a bipartisan agreement. He bragged about it, though. He bragged about the crime bill.
He bragged about it. So what? They signed. One bragged about it because everyone was bragging about it. Like, what are you talking about? They thought they were being tough on crime. Back in that time, especially here in New York and stuff like that, crime rate was up. You had the crack epidemic that was thank you to Republicans and Ronald Reagan and Nixon and all those other people, all those Republicans. And that's the situation, the state of situation that we're in right now. So everyone had to be, okay, we got to be tough on crime. So, yeah, that's not a secret. But so I said earlier, Joe Biden right now is taking marijuana off of the Schedule one drug. That's the least he could do for all the damage that he did. What are the Republicans doing to repair that? To repair that racist crime bill that was in place? Do the Republicans share or show any type of remorse? No.
Say that, only Joe Biden did it and the Democrats did it.
He's the only one bragging about it.
Signed on it. Bernie Sanders signed on it. And
He's the only one bragging about it.
Only person that said that.
He's the only one that's bragging about it. Joe Biden bragging about the crime bill. He's the only one bragging about it.
See how these niggas just can't shut up?
You know what's interesting? Free Blanche brings up a great point. I've never heard a Republican brag about the crime bill, which is all Democrats brag about.
Yeah, because Democrats had to act as if they were tough on crime.
Can I talk now?
So, yep, absolutely. Go ahead.
Hey, like I was saying, it's a bipartisan bill. Both parties signed it. Because for users that don't know, usually bipartisan agreements going to have something in there that both parties like and both parties don't like. And one of the things that they signed on now, it all determines on if those parties say, you know what, I'm against that, but we'll have something in there. Bernie Sanders says, hey, look, this is going to really affect the Black community, but I don't sign it. There's provisions in there for protecting women and other people, marginalized people. So if I don't sign that,
Biden wrote it, liar. Biden wrote it.
Eat a bologna sandwich, Bucci Bear. Shut up.
He didn't sign it, he wrote it.
And he's bragging about it still.
That's why, these men, these sad men have no discipline. When they were talking, I did not cut them off. That's why they're so easily triggered. These are just little girls. not to disrespect little girls, but usually expect this emotional behavior from little girls or no one that's been raised right. And you can tell these niggas have been raised right. Brandon admits many times he has been that his mother ain't shit, and his father is locked up, and his father wasn't there in his life. I mean, and then you get him, you know, saying someone that's untrained, someone that doesn't have any discipline because he wasn't disciplined, and all he does is just overtalk you, and he's just extremely emotional because that's how he got his way, you know, throwing temper tantrums, screaming and yelling, just regular nigga shit. So, you know, something that you're used to, but it's still annoying.
Right. He wrote it, and we asked for it. Black people begged for it. Black people begged for it. So there you go.
I'm not. But Brandon, look at how these people are being. Look at.
You see how I'm being overtalked again?
But time out. I want to show you guys what Alan H just did. Because I just did the research. I just want to show you something. I just did the research. You were right when you said Ed Koch, right? And I was like, no, hold on, wait a minute. But do you forget who was the first black mayor of New York City? Alan?
Dinkins.
What year did Dinkins win the election, Alan?
See, did he win the election that year?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm done because again, they don't want a conversation. They want confirmation. They're pretty much doing confirmation bias right now at this point. So, you know, I just want to do this video just to show how dishonest they are and how just despicable they are and stuff like that. To everyone else, I'm sorry if I ignored if you feel I ignored your comments. I really appreciate your comments and everything like that. I'll be more attentive to the comments next time. But look, thanks for listening and thanks for your input. I wish that we could have, you know, engaged a little bit more, right? And like I really want to talk to Easley Properties. Still no evidence Trump committed a crime. Okay, so I was talking about you know what? I got you right here. All right, because we have a black Trumper here, and that's fine. That's fine. You know, so we're gonna start with the Mueller report. I was gonna pull it up later, but you pushed me to pull it up right now. All right, so that's not it. I even didn't show that. So right now, this is MSNBC, and it thinks it's Rachel Maddow, but it has documents, U.S. court documents, right? It's not Fox News where they just say it is, and y'all just stupid enough to just believe it. So we're gonna give like like 2 minutes of this.
Public, some of the William Barr deliberately misrepresented key aspects of Mueller's report. As I said, there's a lot going on, particularly for the first day back from the holiday weekend. Everything is just flat out already. And you should expect that this is going to be a busy and newsy week all week long. One thing to keep in mind is that by the end of this week, a federal judge has ordered that the Justice Department has to make public some of the redacted material from the Mueller report. This was the judge in the Mike Flynn case who set a deadline of this Friday, this week, for the Justice Department to unredact any portion of the Mueller report that relates to the ongoing criminal case against Trump National Security Advisor Mike Flynn. That same judge has also ordered the Justice Department to release to the public the transcripts of conversations that Mike Flynn secretly had with the Russian government about sanctions during the presidential transition. These are the conversations.
Remember that? All right.
that the whole Trump transition team lied about. Everybody from Sean Spicer to Vice President Mike Pence to KT McFarland to Flynn himself, they all lied about these conversations and said they never happened. We still don't know why they were all lying about those conversations, but those conversations between Flynn and the Russians did happen during the transition. We know that in part because Flynn...
So we know that happened. We know that as a fact that those conversations actually happened because they lied about them. I remember them saying lying that no one ever spoke to the Russians or anything like that, knowing that they found that they were in the same room with the Russians having conversation with the Russians. So that's what she's talking about. They all lied.
Has since pled guilty to lying to the FBI about those conversations. Well, there are...
So what? They pled guilty to the FBI about lying about those conversations. Pled guilty.
In part because Flynn has since pled guilty to lying to the FBI about those conversations.
And that's easily to be looked up. That can look up very easily. But you know what? I'm going for the jugular because I'm hungry. I didn't have lunch all day. So we're just going to do this. We're just going to do this.
That dramatic closing statement from Special Counsel Robert Mueller. It's the first time he's spoken in public since taking over the Russia investigation more than 2 years ago. Mueller declared that he did not exonerate the president on obstruction of justice, saying...
Hold on.
Investigation more than 2 years ago, Mueller declared that he did not exonerate the president on obstruction of justice, saying, quote, "If we had had confidence that the president clearly did not commit a crime, we would have said so. That was the big headline. Now it's up to Congress to decide what to do with the evidence against the president in Mueller's report."
And they did nothing. That's what I keep saying the whole time. There was collusion. There is evidence there. His report was to report on what happened. Report on what happened, and he left the trail of breadcrumbs. This is where you guys need to look. And they did nothing. This is all verifiable. They keep saying it's verifiable and nothing happened. That's a lie. This is all verifiable. You can easily find this.
We're covering all the angles this morning. Senior national correspondent Terry Moran starts us off at the White House. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Georgie.
And
we would have said so. That was the big headline. Now it's up to Congress.
So we put that to rest. And again, you guys could investigate the Mueller report. What were the findings of the Mueller report? Because, like I said, this is rhetoricans. They want like 2-3 easy answers and stuff like that. As I said, the Mueller report showed that there was misdealings. They already lied. Michael Flynn already lied about even him and other people even talking with the Russians. Trump is like a mob boss. The mob boss never necessarily get his hands dirty, right? Oh, that's me. Hold on. The mob boss never really get his hands dirty. He sent other people to do the dirty work for him, but we all know it all connects and it links back to him. So Robert Cohen, all this on Trump's lawyers, Cohen, what's the other guy? Trump's Roger Stone, Papadopoulos, all these people that's around him, was around him, right? They all going to jail, right? But he's the innocent one. No president in history have people in his cabinet go to jail and get hit with so many crimes other than Trump. But for some reason, Trump is innocent. And it's not them, oh, you hit me with a crime and I'm innocent. All of them pleaded guilty. You cannot go to a court of law, right, and they have no evidence against you and you plead guilty. They only plead guilty when they got something on you. But these are Trump tards that we're talking to. These are political, emasculated men, because a real man would tell the truth. But what these Negroes do, they cut their balls off, right, and they put it on an orange plaque and give it to their overlord Trump. That's what they do, But anyway, thank you very much for I'm going to call it quits now because I'm hungry And we just hit the 3-hour mark. Thank you for joining with me. I'm going to try to get that part 1 up. It's been a long live stream, and I didn't want it to be so long, but it was just a lot of BS. But like I said, it is all for Simp Police. Gave me my $2,500. My bad. Maybe I need to put up that Cash App again. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay what you owe, or you owe me an apology of saying that I was wrong and an admission that you was wrong. Very simple. You know what I'm saying? Until then, thank you all for listening. Thank you very much. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and peace. Until next time.